This season, we tackled shame, sex, communication, awkwardness, and at least 3 conversations people avoided for years. Mission status, bedroom doors opened. Also, apparently kitchens are sexual now.
Yeah, the cockle thing.
Yeah, cuck. The cuck.
Yeah, that's heavy in Britain, isn't it? They really mean it when they say it there. Oh, beautiful. But let me say this.
Okay.
The gentleman that loves me today has changed my mind. I will say that. He is fantabulous. I love you, Christopher.
Well,
We just don't have chemistry anymore. Correction. You stopped prioritizing play, emotional safety, and intentional connection 6 years ago. You call it chemistry. I call it untreated emotional avoidance.
And then I learned that a lot of the stimulation comes from the foyer and not always inside the house. So you stay closer to the foyer.
Like on the lanai, the porch on the outside.
Closer to the foyer.
Like I gotta play on the porch a little more, do a little
Take
this
that
and
head and stay closer to the foyer. You don't have to go in the kitchen or nothing. Just stay right
Since I
there.
have my stuff, I want to show you. This is my new penis.
wow.
And so you can even use the head of the penis to play
Yes.
around on the
Yeah,
clitoris
yeah.
and just play, just have a little
There you
fun.
go.
Even
Yeah.
if you're not erect at all and you can't throughout the entire time, you can just smash
Right.
genitals together.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
And that's hot too. My horny devil. I need a name for it. If you guys come up for one, I would love that.
Oh my gosh. Call him Peter.
What's that?
Call him Peter.
Oh, Peter.
Yep. Well, I would just say that, a lot of times we overcomplicate situations. And a lot of times it's just a matter of talking to your partner, just having that open conversation. And once you have that conversation, you're able to get certain things in the clear. And when you take that information that you've given them and you receive information, then you do what you need to do. And then you practice, you work on these things. You know what I'm saying? Like when she tells me, hey, I like to do it this way. Okay. Well, next time, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to I don't need to wait till a special moment, you know what I'm saying? Or anniversary. You do it today. Hey, we do it right then and there if we got to, you know what I mean? Shoot.
You got to figure out how.
We have jobs.
Well, I mean, the next night.
I got shit to do.
Right.
At least the next night, you know what I'm saying? While it's sprinkling our brains.
I like it. Don't wait. Just jump in.
Exactly. Yeah.
Those in those hard conversations, they get easier.
Yeah.
They get easier. The more you do them, they get easier. And the more you laugh, they get easier.
Yeah.
And there's comfort in knowing that I'm not going anywhere. We're good. We just have to make sure that we work on staying good. And so those hard conversations, they get easier. You just got to get through them.
Yeah.
What if date night didn't feel like just another night, but an experience you'd actually remember? Welcome to Dinner with a Sex Therapist, where real conversations, real connection, and a little bit of spice come together in one unforgettable night. I'm Angela Skirtu, sex and relationship therapist, and I create experiences that help couples go from roommates to lovers again. You'll laugh, learn, and maybe even blush a little as we explore connection, desire, and what it actually takes to keep passion alive long term. From interactive moments to a few playful surprises along the way, this is education that feels like entertainment. And here's the best part. I don't just host these events. I can bring Dinner with a Sex Therapist to your venue. Let's make it unforgettable. Because great relationships don't just happen. They're created. And I open bedroom doors. This year, Open Bedroom Doors Show won Podcast of the Year from ASECT, the American Association for Sex Educators, Counselors, and Therapists, which means somewhere out there, a bunch of sex therapists looked at this chaos and said, yes, this feels clinically appropriate. Honestly, I'm honored. Helping people feel less ashamed and more connected has always been the mission. I can think of a story that's really relevant to my personal life here. So I even recently with my partner, we were talking about like how you play footsies under the table.
Yeah.
And my favorite way to play footsies is something I call seductive kicking, which literally involves just like kicking a little bit.
Yeah. Right.
But like in a goofy, bantery way.
Yeah.
And so I joke with him and I'll say, hey, I want to seductively kick you right now. And he's like, go for it. And he knows it's like, it's not very seductive. It's quite
sounds pretty fun to me.
It's hilarious. He has a good time. I have a good time. But like, he's also flipped it and been able to say, like, how about like some more soft, seductive kicking? Like I'm into this sometimes, but like every now and then you're bruising me, Angela. Do you mind making it a little more like slow? And so like,
perfect.
It's not necessarily the game, but the communication that's represented in the game is there where I tell him what I want to do. He tells him what he wants to do. And then we create co-create essentially a type of kicking that works for both of us.
That's your tagline. A type of kicking that works for both of us.
Oh, I love it. I have so many weird taglines. Well, because my flirty style is very playful and goofy. My favorite is just bantery, weird. The weirder that you get, the better.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality is not everybody's like me, right? Like, there's people who like it more soft and slow and gentle. There's people, there's people who are like me. I'm like a bull in a china shop, right? So like, I really like when we're laying in bed, me and my partner, I literally like punch him with my hips. Like, I'm going to hang out with you like a humping dog. Like that's literally who I am in bed. So everybody can hear, that's fine. And like, that's great for some people. But if you're not that person and you're more of a like, hey, I want to like be touching, soothing, gentle. Maybe I want like a soft caress. I imagine I would like be overwhelming to that person. So like having these conversations would be important. Oh, I know. He's great. He just kicks me right back and he just hits me right back with his pelvis. Like it's like an aggressive slapping.
Great.
It's wonderful.
That's great. Well, that's a great example because people are going to have different ways that they like to touch. And, of course, of course we're different. And part of the problem with sort of sex education and what's supposed to be good sex is that the assumption is that everybody likes the same thing. And so you should do this, this stroke on this body part is going to, well, that works if you're a robot. But, you're not a robot. You have, you respond differently. And so one thing that the 3-minute game will do is start to, like I said, expand your repertoire. It'll also give you the chance to get the kind of touch that you want and the other person to get the kind of touch that they want, which may be quite different than what you want. So you find out what, I'm going to have 3 or 5 or 10 minutes, whatever, of like just the way I want it. Holy shit. That's a game changer.
It is. And I want to bring up something. Like I realized as you were talking that like the value of doing it multiple times across the month also gives you space for like, so as a woman, I have cycles, right? And so while I just mentioned I like that crazy, more intense stuff, I realize that's more when I'm in ovulation. But when I'm more on my period cycle, I don't want that. I want to be held. And I want to be cuddled. And I'm a little mopey. I am. I'll accept it. So like doing it on a more frequent basis, your game and this consent wheel will help you start to notice your ebbs and flows. Or like, I know we're women, so I want to speak to guys, for example, too, right? Like if you've had a rough day at work and your stress is a little higher, maybe the kind of touch on that day will feel very different than the kind of touch you want when you have been, I don't know, meandering around and just like window shopping, right?
Right.
And I don't think people are that aware of themselves.
Yeah, I think that's true. And we tend to think that, my partner likes XYZ, so therefore I'm going to always do XYZ. They might like it today. They might not be what they want tomorrow. And same for you. You might want the bumping and grinding today and the soft holding tomorrow. And just noticing that we're different by the day and by the minute is huge. That's huge. Nobody really talked about that very much, I don't think.
Well, but to your point, if you are learning to trust your own body and like recognize those cues and changes, then it doesn't have to be this big to do. It can be as simple as, oh, hey, I'm noticing in my body, I'm feeling a little more this way. And then it's still your responsibility to then communicate to your partner, hey, touch needs to look a little bit like this. As opposed to what you said earlier, where it's like, it takes away the guessing game of like, I have to figure out these moods. Oh, she's here. Gosh. He's there. I don't know what to do. Every superhero needs a team. A huge thank you to the incredible TrueLine Media crew for helping bring this weird, hilarious, and meaningful vision to life. Introducing the Cut Commander, Zach Kimball, Casey Thurber, Captain Content, and Jamie Thurber, the Deadline General. Turns out, helping couples communicate requires hours of editing, panic texting, and 3 near meltdowns. Thank you for everything you did, TrueLine, to make open bedroom doors possible.
To just give them a sheet of paper and say, do this. A lot of people, like, there have been studies, these studies were actually done on women, surprising, but studies done on women who were given a sheet of paper with instructions on how to do a Kegel exercise, and it showed that 40% of them were doing it wrong. And that, so if we extrapolate that, that's probably the case with men too. So just telling them to do that exercise isn't that effective for them, and it may not be helpful in their situation. If they're dealing with pain in the scrotum or their penis or, you know, back in their anus and rectal area, that pain may be caused because the muscles are too tight and tense and
so holding. Contracting them wouldn't make sense.
It's like, why are we going to tighten that more? Like, they need to learn how to relax and stretch those muscles, or those muscles might be in spasm and need help to get out of spasm. And so, just doing more contractions isn't going to do it.
I feel like I want to do a squat to show this, but like, I'm going to. Can I squat here for a sample?
One of the most common ones with you getting up out of the chair made me think of it.
She saw me get up wrong.
No, you didn't get up wrong.
What do I need to do?
No. Well, 2 things. I laughed because you and I are both tall women, and so when we set up a frame and we stand up, like,
of course
we're
taller.
Our heads above the camera. Like, that happens all of the time.
What can I do?
But no, what I was thinking about it, getting up from a chair is a great example. Is the grunt get up?
I literally have a client doing that right now in my office.
So they are putting a lot of downward stress through their pelvic floor when they do that. Do you
want her to stand up again so you can get her in the frame better? Dude, you can do it real quick. Okay. So when I stand up, do it.
So when people stand up, they push through and grunt their way up with it. Okay.
Now they got you and you look good.
There we go. Well,
so I'll do a TMI story just to explain how I'm going through this right now. And my daughter does it too. So I realized that I anxiously pee. And it's usually when I'm trying to get to something else and then I don't finish. And how I noticed I do it is my daughter, we were at this Dolly show, you know, like one of those Branson Stampede. And like she was so excited to see the show that she wouldn't finish. And so we literally had to leave the Dolly Parton show 3 times for her to pee because she kept not fully peeing. So just sorry, random example, but I anxiously pee. No idea.
No, that's a really common one. A lot of people push to pee, and that they, now we've found it, now we've identified it, and now we can come up with that plan to get you moving in the right direction with it. So those are the ones where it's like, cool, we get that answer for you. Because unfortunately, a lot of guys when they're dealing with pain in that area, get tossed around with the diagnosis of chronic prostatitis, and they get thrown antibiotic after antibiotic. Like we had one guy for like 3+ years was on antibiotic after antibiotic, and nothing got better with his pain. And it's like,
you're just killing the things he needs in his system to survive.
And it's like, well, it must be an infection. And it's like, but no, you've tested for all the infections. Like, it's not. Why are we still throwing antibiotics at that?
What if your relationship didn't just get better? What if it felt alive again? Welcome to the Love Lab, a 4-month immersive experience designed for couples who are ready to stop talking about change and start living it. This isn't traditional therapy. This is where mind, body, and heart come together. We kick things off with a powerful weekend retreat where you reconnect, reset, and remember why you chose each other in the first place. Then, each month, you step into real-life experiences, intentional date nights, guided coaching, and personalized support. So you're not just learning, you're doing. You'll laugh, you'll stretch, you might even surprise yourselves, and along the way, you'll build something stronger. A relationship that feels more connected, more playful, more you. This is for couples who are best friends, but know there's another level waiting. So if you're ready to prioritize your relationship, not someday, but now, step inside the Love Lab. Let's see what's possible when you don't just open the door, you walk all the way through it.
All right, Zach, whenever you're ready.
He does a little clicky thing. Because we're legit here.
That's good to know. That's good to know.
Mark Smart, interview 1, marker.
It got to be too much. And like you said, I was given the choice. I had to either choose between staying with the man that I was with and very much in love with. We were both given the ultimatum, either break up or you have to leave the organization. Mm-hmm. Because the agreement, the kind of knowledge that we lived in was, if your statistics were down, it must mean your relationship's getting in the way. Mm-hmm. And if you're committed to the organization, then you're committed to giving up whatever it is that's getting in your way of growing the organization, which is, by the way, saving the world and changing the world and transforming people's lives, which is very heady.
Mm-hmm. That's a tall order. And do we really need to save the world? I mean, it's already.
I know. That's where I've gotten to too.
It's like, just, you know what? It's a roller coaster. Just ride it on its way down. You're going to be fine.
And back up again. It's going to happen.
Well, on this show, I always say saving the world one bedroom at a time. But really, you know what? I'm just happy to save or help one couple connect in a sexual way differently than they did before. Just have one healthy conversation. Yeah. I don't think I need to save the world. And maybe that's part of it, is like the cult like attitude of like, we're saving the entire world. This is our job. Why can't you fix it? And it's like, I mean, there's a lot of people in this world they all kind of need some saving, and maybe they should save themselves. I don't know.
Warning, therapist operating at 3% battery.
One thing I learned this season, even superheroes need recovery time. Because burnout doesn't improve sex education. Regulated nervous systems do. Y'all are a different style of couple, because most of my couples would be like, a nudist place? What? How could you think of such a... What do you think it is about who you are as people, or what your values are around nudism that like makes you comfortable like that? Because I think there might be a difference between those people and you.
We've always just kind of been like naked people at home also. So that just kind of an easy, like, oh, we just kind of don't really like clothes. And he told me very early on that he's not ever going to sleep with clothes on. So, like, just get used to it. Like oh, okay. You don't have to.
Like, I am a nudist in bed.
Yes.
Some of you are nudists in bed.
So, I feel like that was kind of a transition. Like, oh, okay. Like, walk around the house naked. Like, walk around nature naked, So.
So it started with nature. Then how did it evolve for you, too?
We found a nudist resort near where we were living, and we went, and just automatically it was like, oh, well, this is kind of cool. Like, they give you a tour, and like the whole place is clothing optional, but most people are in less clothes than normal. It kind of just depended on the day, the weather, and what people are doing, but nobody judges. Like, it's just like, hey, how's it going? Like, you're naked, I'm naked. Nobody needs to talk about it. Like, you know, and there's a lot more eye contact. There's a lot more like intentional conversation, and like, cause
so they're not just doing this.
Right,
I'm trying to show you that, you know, they're not just looking at boobs or dicks or vulvas.
Yeah, because like a glance is a glance, or like 1 second is a glance, 2 or 3 seconds is staring, and that's rude. So
I gotcha.
There's more of like a tact and like an ethical way to go about it.
Oh, we should go into this. So like,
sexualized.
oh my gosh, there's 50 questions I want to have to ask you guys. So what's nudist decorum?
Well, you always sit on a towel.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and you don't stare. You're not like lewd or like sexual or making people uncomfortable. And if you are, like, at any given point, there's like, even if I don't know people, I feel like I could go up to like a man and be like, hey, I need some help.
So this is a myth that I think we're busting here, because a lot of people think of a nudist or a clothing optional place and they think it's sexual. And I keep hearing the same theme, which is actually it's more recreational. It sounds more like about freedom and feeling comfortable in your body. And there's a little bit of self-policing to like make sure that it's not disrespectful or somebody's not being like accosted or like approached in a way that they wouldn't feel comfortable. Would you guys say that's accurate?
Yeah.
Eddie, every guy's asked me this at one point when they consider the nudist thing. What if I get an erection? What do you do?
Well, it's...
Sometimes I stay in the pool for a little longer. No, sorry.
I mean, be real. We want practical here. So you should stay in the pool longer. Because as much as... Okay, so most people think of nudists and it's like, oh, there's naked bodies and there could be good looking women and they're pretty. How can I help myself? I'm going to get an erection. So like, how do you manage erections? What do you do?
Well, I find that it's not an overtly sexual environment. So it's, so especially after, you know, your first time, you're somewhat used to it because it's not overtly sexual. It's just naked people. So the amount of arousal isn't really that different than that, you know, isn't really different than just seeing attractive women out in the open anywhere else.
Oh, okay. So it ends up being kind of similar.
Yeah. So it ends up being kind of similar, and like the general, so that's not anything that I've had any real issue with at like the nudist resorts. But the general consensus on like the rule books is just like, don't do anything to draw attention to it. If you have a towel, cover up. Like if you're laying out in the sun, maybe it's time for you to lay face down for a moment. Just
casual shifts.
Yeah. Just you're not you're just remove yourself from the crowd, or just remove it from being obvious, and then return to whatever you're doing. Whenever it's a bodily function, people are pretty understanding as long as you're not being
as long as you don't use it
it
and then stare at somebody for like 15 seconds, then it would be very weird.
Yeah.
Don't make people uncomfortable. But it sounds like, so hold on, as you're talking about that, and this is something that's very foreign, again, to a lot of my clients and people listening here, is like, treat it like it's a natural part of life and just address it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we do not address these things like they're natural parts of life. And so then people feel terrified. They're like, oh my gosh. And like, what do I do? It's like, well, what would you do with anything random that happened in your body? Like, what do you do when you accidentally fart? Like, It's like, okay, oops, all right, go to the bathroom, go take care of it. Just make it casual. Like,
no one should talk about sex.
Oh no, not this guy again.
If couples communicate openly, my powers disappear.
Exactly.
I'll be back in season 2.
And so will we. Hey, I just want to say thank you to every one of you who followed along, clients, professionals, randos. Thank you for following me in the Open Bedroom Doors show. The goal was to normalize conversations about sex and change the sexual landscape for future generations. And what I learned, is to have fun, be playful and silly, and teach people that sex isn't just natural and normal, but it's fun and healthy. Thank you so much for everything that you have given me in Thank you for honoring me by watching this show. Join us next season. We're ending season 1, and I am taking some much needed recovery, but I look forward to seeing you in season 2. Bye, everyone. See you in season 2. Good night, and have a sexy tomorrow.